We operate with a simple principle at our strategy. We do not try to predict headlines. We focus on signals, sequencing, and probability. This video we are reviewing argues that the dollar is being deliberately weakened. That idea matters, not because it guarantees an outcome, but because currency pressure changes, which assets absorb stress and which ones quietly lose purchasing power. The original video frames this as a massive wealth transfer, from cash holders to asset owners, from fixed claims to flexible balance sheets, and from certainty to optionality. What matters for us is not whether the claim is dramatic. What matters is whether the mechanism holds. Historically, when debt reaches levels that cannot be politically reduced, governments tend to choose inflation over default. That is not ideology, it is incentive structure. When inflation runs above what cash and fixed income yield, purchasing power declines quietly. There is no crash required, just time. This is where we separate dollar purchasing power from dollar exchange value. You can lose purchasing power even when markets look calm, and that is how most regime shifts actually happen. In our strategy framework, this aligns with late phase 1 pressure. Assets can continue to reprice upward while currency pressure builds underneath. That does not mean risk disappears, it means risk changes shape. At this point in the cycle, many investors anchor to what worked in the last regime. Cash feels safe, long bonds feel defensive, but safety depends on the phase, not the label. The original video highlights large global technology firms as a modern hedge. Our translation is more conditional. Global revenue and pricing power can help in a weak currency environment, but equity is still equity. If credit stress appears, correlations rise, and even strong assets can sell off temporarily. This is why we never rely on a single narrative. We rely on confirmation. Gold plays a different role. It is not a growth engine. It is a policy confidence hedge. It tends to matter most when trust, not earnings, is under pressure. Before we continue, a quick note. This is educational macro commentary only. It is not financial advice or a recommendation. If this type of signal-based breakdown is useful to you, subscribing helps you build context over time. The real benefit is not one video, but learning how to recognize phase shifts before they force decisions on you. What does not change in our approach is discipline. We do not go all in. We do not front-run collapse. We treat cash as optionality, not dead weight, especially when forced selling appears. What does change is awareness. When inflation exceeds yield, doing nothing is still a decision, and over long periods, it is usually a costly one. The goal is not to win a narrative. The goal is to remain solvent through regime change and flexible enough to act when probabilities improve. We do not need to be early. We just cannot afford to be late.